Hey, Stacey Tischel here, and I'm so excited because you made it to day 5 of the Plan to Profit Challenge. Now, if you just click day 5 to skip and see what we're working on, know that we're going to be using today, and really day 1 through day 4 is going to be the foundation of what we do on day 5. So this isn't something where I would suggest just listen to day 5 and go forward. I think you got to go back to day 1 and do the work because we've all been working, and this is why today is going to be that much more impactful, okay? So I'm super grateful for you guys commenting and posting and just always so active in the Facebook group and tagging me, and I love hearing from you. And I'm excited because if you're watching day 5 and you watched all of them, I wanna let you know how just in challenges in general, not just mine, but in general, everyone, statistically, the people that go from day 1 drop significantly on day 2, okay? Just happens. People sign up for something, they get excited, they're like, this is gonna be the thing, and then they're like, oh, she wants me to work, not for me. And then after day 2, the numbers, they stay actually pretty consistent. Like if you make it through day 1 and you pop on day 2, the chances of you sticking around to day 5 are actually pretty good, okay? But again, it drops significantly from day 1 to day 2. And every day there are a few drop-offs until day 5. And you're here, okay? You weren't one. And I wanna show you right now and explain, when we talked about day 1, who are you going to be? How are you going to act? What are you going to do? This is a really great start to show that you're a little bit different, right? You're here, you've stuck it out. I've heard people say, this is the only challenge that I've made it through all 5 days. That excites me because it makes me think something is different. Like we've sparked something inside of you to really move forward and have the year you wanna have, okay? So I'm excited for you because it's time to play big this year. It's time for you to hit what you want to hit. And today is my favorite exercise. I do this every single year, and I do this with my Powerhouse Mastermind members every year just because it's so fun for us to start with this positive mindset and then stick with it, okay? So I want you to have your biggest year yet. I want you to have your breakthrough year, all right? So I will tell you this. I never knew that mindset was a thing I needed to work on, okay? I always, when I finally heard what mindset was, I always thought, I have a pretty successful business. I was already a 7-figure entrepreneur at the time, and I thought, well, I don't need to work on that. I'm good. And then I realized that mindset is not something you ever get good at, right? I mean, you might get better, but there's always something to work on because they say new level, new devil, right? So just because you hit 6 figures or 7 figures, well, you haven't hit 7 figures or 8 figures yet. So there's always something that's going to come in your way and say, can you really do that? Who do you think you are to do that? And this imposter syndrome and all of these things play a part in it. The more successful I get, again, it's like there's just another level that I haven't hit yet. And the unknown is scary. We all need to be working on our mindset. And today is a big mindset piece, okay? I was talking with my CFO, and he said to me, he works with lots of other businesses as their financial advisor. And he said, the one thing I see when people just, they just get it, like something happens, he's like, they just believe it. Like all of a sudden they believe they truly can hit whatever it is they said they wanted to hit, and they just do it. It wasn't like they got this other piece of technology or this new tool, or they hired a new coach, or they did this or they did that. He's like, they just really, truly believed it, okay? And now it's easy to say you believe something, but then in your head, you can't fool your mind, right? Like your mind knows, does she actually believe it or does she not? So we have to figure out, how do we get you in that space where you truly believe this is going to be the year. This is going to be the thing that you need, okay? Doesn't matter how bad you want it. That's the worst part is I can want something so incredibly bad, but if you don't believe it, it's never going to happen, okay? So what I want you to do for today's exercise is I want you to write a letter dated 12 months from now, okay? So I want you to sit down, grab a cup of coffee, maybe a glass of wine, depending on when you're watching this, right? And I want you to talk to yourself as if you are writing this 12 months from now. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example in a minute. I want you to talk about what have you achieved. What has life looked like the last 12 months? How far have you come? What are things that you're grateful for, you're surprised about, you're excited about? Don't be judgmental. Don't be picky. Like, let your heart just go and just let it come out, right? Like literally just let it come out. You don't have to necessarily be there already, right? Sometimes people think, well, I'm not there yet. Well, no, but you're writing it as if it has already happened. You're going to act as if it has already happened, right? So I want you to make a habit of reading this letter first thing every single morning so you can read it, remember, this is what I said, this is what I want, right? And get clear on what that will feel like. Okay, so a couple tips, all right? I want you to act from a place of greatness. I know that it's not easy to act like a successful and influential person when you feel like I'm just not there yet, but you have to really, really, truly step into this moment for this to happen, okay? If you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. Like, that's just it. So I want you to step into that role, all right? I want you to, how would you live? How would you feel? How would you act? What decisions would you make? All of that, I want you to write it down. Okay. Now I'm going to use my notes here to just basically read a paragraph that I wrote to give you an example. I have also added this and other people's inside of our workbook for today. So if you want to read a few before you write your own, go for it. That's why it's there. Go to plantoprofitchallenge.com and you're going to get that workbook right to your email inbox. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Here's my letter to myself, okay? This is all made up. And here's the thing. The reason I'm not giving you real numbers or real anything in here is because if I say my goals, some of you are going to get super discouraged and you're going to think, whoa, I'm never going to be able to do that, right? Like the mindset alone is going to play into this. If I go too low to make this realistic, they're going to think that's all she's doing. I can't believe I can't win either way. So I've made up some numbers. I've said some things just to give you an idea of what to do. This is not something to compare yourself to others. If you see somebody write that they want X and you're going, I only put half of X, it's not about them. This is not one of those things to compare, okay? Here we go. So today's date is December 3rd, 2018. I would write my letter dated as December 3rd, 2019. So it's a whole year later. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say. So I wrote down, boy, what a year it has been. I can't believe we've added 100,000 new Instagram followers. We added 2 full-time employees, and that really allowed me to set better boundaries and close my computer every day at 3 p.m. I am so grateful we hit our gross revenue goal of $500,000. Kent and I have never been better. Our weekly date nights have been so consistent. The girls and I spend quality time together every day after school with no computers or iPads in sight. What a blessing this year has been. Okay. So here's the thing. When you catch yourself in a rut and you're going, man, I've been working till 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and I have to read this letter every single day. Trust me, it makes you go laptop shut, right? I said I wanted a date night. Did we schedule it this week? I said I wanted this. Am I doing anything to increase that? Even if you don't believe it, just saying it is going to make you act differently. Now, when you believe it, whoa, wait till you see the difference, okay? Wait till you see the difference, okay? So again, remember, this is in the workbook. Now, if you loved this week and just got so much out of it, if you have been secretly watching but not participating and you want to go back through it again, maybe do that. For those of you that have been watching me for quite some time or maybe even worked with me in the past, if these big dreams you have, right, or you're not sure if you're dreaming big enough, you're not really sure where you are, but you know you need clarity, you need systems, you need strategy, maybe a little support. You need to know, how do I grow my email list? How do I convert them into my most favorite customers who are just raving about me all the time? Maybe you're looking for a support group, your business bestie, okay? If that sounds like you or any part of you, I wanna make sure that if you're ready to go deeper, and work with me this year, make sure to schedule a call with my team. You can go to stacytuschel.com/fitting call, and we're gonna figure out if we're a good fit to work together, okay? So this is something, again, where if you're looking for that accountability, that roadmap, just a support system, a support group, I really wanna make sure you know what options you have to work with us this year. It's gonna be a great year. I know your success is inevitable, whether you work with me or not, right? Like, you're here, you're doing the work. I just am looking to help women fast track that success. So if that sounds like something you're interested, go to stacytuschel.com/fitting call. And I can't wait to find out if you are one of the next people to work together with me. All right. Thank you so much for catching all day 1 through day 5. If you want to go back through this again, go work through those workbooks. The more you rinse and repeat, the better you are going to feel about what's going to happen over these next 12 months. I'm so excited to see what happens for you. Congratulations for finishing these 5 days. And I cannot wait to see what is to come in the next 12 months.